we OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Merlin, I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live for another Ordinal hour, and Bitcoin price is up, guys. It is up. It is a good day to be a Bitcoiner. It is a good day to have some dog. It's a good day to have some pizza. It's a good day to have every single asset in under the sun. But will that change? At 2 o'clock, will that change? We're going to cover all that for you guys. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. Shout out to Yazir, man. He was throwing stuff in the chat for us this morning. We got a lot of stuff he put in there. We got the Rune financial stuff. We're going to talk about that. Ghosty Cash put out another Medium article. I'm going to break that down for you guys. Casey got some weird site. We're going to check that out. Yeah, we got some Counterparty stuff in here. And we're getting to a lot of stuff. And also, today is Traverse Security Wednesday. We're going to have Abdul on later today, and he's going to break us down why it's important. And guys, just so you guys know, the snapshot is today. The Ordinal Revolution passes for Traverse airdrop will be taken today. So get your pass in their vault. Definitely do that as soon as possible. And also, real quick, as of Friday, the Bitcoin conference, if you're going to Nashville, the conference tickets goes up on Friday. So you guys have today and tomorrow to get them. And if you want the 21% off coupon, use our code on our website, ordinalrevolution.com. So check that out, guys. You only got one more day for that. So get on that and get on the Ordinal OG pass. But without further ado, I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up, man? What's going on?
So last night we had our members only live. Absolutely fun, exciting. Everyone was there. Real good turnout. But in that live, you kind of broke down your trading methods and stuff like that. And I sat back and I learned a lot, and I appreciate that. But what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, look, guys. I always say I'm not a pro trader. That's not. I never claim to be. I have had some success with my strategy. This is not my first time to trade. I traded last cycle as well. So what I just basically, shared some information that I use in terms of tips and tricks to try to hold myself accountable, to stay disciplined, and to find really good entries. And that's what we went over yesterday. And actually, the entry that I gave for an example ended up taking off like crazy, and 200%, 300% gains, depending on how long people held that in there. But yeah, it's not always like that. Also, one thing real quick before we get into Bitcoin's price and all the rest of the news, the OG Ordinal Revolution OG pass. So the snapshot's actually taking place on the 13th, which is tomorrow.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, so that was from the team that said Thursday. So if you did take your pass out of the vault, just leave it in your vault until they make the announcement that the snapshot's been taken, and then you can do whatever you want with it. But you just want to make sure that you get that air traverse tap token airdrop.
Yep. All right, guys. Getting into the news today. Big news today. U.S. inflation falls to 3.3%. It was expected to fall between 3.4 and 3.5, so we came in lower than expectations. Still pretty high. Jerome wants us to get in the twos, and we're just not there yet, but we're on that downward path here. So we do have today at around 2 p.m. The rate decision will be announced today at 2 p.m., followed by a statement from Jerome Powell around 2:35. So it says 2:30, but Jerome's real old and takes him a while to get to the stage, so he gets there around 2:35. So, but if you are trading or doing anything, be careful around those two times, because 2 o'clock, I think, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. It's going to come out and it's going to be unchanged. But then at 2:35, Jerome's going to come out and he's going to tell everyone, if the data is in line for what we're seeing now, we're going to cut in August, September. So I think that's going to be huge. So I think you're going to see the markets kind of go down at 2 o'clock and then bring back up at 2:30, which is going to set us up for the rest of the week. And I think we're going to have a very green week. What is your opinion on all this? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, look, it came in better than they expected, right? So that's good news. This is kind of obviously it could be better, but it's better than they expected, right? So kind of the best case scenario based off of what the jobs report was showing last time. It's an event day that I think is going to be volatile, to say the least. And the only way it's not is really if he increases, cuts rates. If he cut and still be volatile, and it'll be more of an extreme push up, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, I don't really expect that. I think probably keep it paused until maybe next month with some more information, but we'll see what happens, right? He could very well cut it. Other countries have started. This data can kind of back him for cutting it. Like, people won't necessarily hit him too hard for it if he does.
Yep.
But again, this is in terms of Bitcoin's price action, you can tell it's already started off very volatile, right? Like it's pushed up really strong since late last night. And so we'll see where the rest of the morning takes us. It definitely seems like, the push up is still there. There's still some juice left, some strength. But I just wouldn't get into any positions or anything like that, unless you're going to do spot, which that doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So. Did you notice his name there?
Pumpwell, yeah. It's a Rune, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so President Donald Trump says Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against CBDCs. Trump, man, he's really, really pushing this. He also said, Donald Trump says, we want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. And then our guy, your guy, Fred Krueger, comes out and says Trump winning means BTC 200K by end of 2025, absolutely guaranteed, is at 3x in Bitcoin worth your vote. So this is him basically saying, if you vote for Trump, Bitcoin goes to 200K.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you know Fred and his personality, and, he has a PhD at Stanford, I believe, in mathematics, like typically, and I know this is probably putting, stereotyping a little bit, but I feel like similar personalities typically go the other way in terms of like voting, right? But this issue with crypto and Bitcoin, specifically with the mining and stuff, it's really becoming like a main issue for this election. And I think that, he's right on that. And that's conservatively speaking, I think, right? Because 200K, I think a lot of people expect probably at least double that. I know your targets are much higher, but I think he's saying like on a very conservative price point.
Yeah, everyone's conservative until they're not. Like in the last cycle, everyone was saying Bitcoin can hit 40K. It went to 69, right? So everyone's conservative until they're not conservative, and then
I was hearing like 150.
Well, that was when that was when we hit 50, 60,000, when we passed that first thing. I think that's the same thing's going to happen here. We're going to pass 200K, then everyone's like, we're going to 1 million. It's like they go from one end to the other. Oh, we're going to have a very moderate cycle. So we're going to have the greatest cycle of all time. And
That's
you're going to see the same thing happen again. You're going to see once it passes 200K, everyone's going to say 1 million. When it gets to 700K, everyone's going to be like really pushing. And that is when you're going to see the top, in my opinion. But
that's a good point there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, everyone keeps talking about, maybe BlackRock's doing something to keep the price down. You can see the ETF inflows absolutely amazing every single day, hundreds of millions of dollars over the past couple of weeks, billions of dollars over the last month. It's flying in there, but the price is not moving. And this is what I'm thinking. Well, actually, Bob Lucas, he says it's a swap. Old money cashing in, also trapped longs from last cycle. You got to remember, a lot of people bought in at 60,000, 65,000, 68,000, and then had to sit for 2-3 years with down. Some people were never up at all, right? They buy at 68,000, they're sitting at 18,000, So he's saying it's not market manipulation. It's just people who've been trapped for over the last 4 years are getting out now. What do you think about this from Bob Lucas?
Well, we talked about this before too, and I was kind of like, well, why didn't they take the profit whenever we hit 74K, right? And your rebuttal was they fell into FOMO and felt like, okay, we were at such strong momentum, let's let this ride for longer. That could definitely be the case. Probably is. I mean, obviously they're still stuck in them, right? And so
you got to remember, they FOMO'd last time. Why wouldn't they FOMO this time?
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of like just trying to find a reason why, right? But we'll see. I'm sure there was a lot that were trapped in, probably bought in at like 50, 55, 60, all the way to like 70,000 last cycle.
Yeah.
And if when it did hit that 74,000 mark, it did seem like it was going to still continue, right? Like that momentum was strong. So I could see why maybe they got stuck into that. And then this time they're kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to take my profit or whatever.
Yeah. I went out this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case it's the top.
Yeah.
But those same people are going to be buying at 400K and they're going to be trapped again.
Well, it depends, right? It depends on where, where Bitcoin goes. If it does take that option B route, then we could see 60,000. If we see 60,000, then they could technically re-enter if they close their long positions at like 70K, right? And then they re-enter 10,000 less. Like they could have made more if they've held the entire time, if they got in lower, but they make their profit there and then just reinvest at 60, reopen new positions at 60. But
you got to remember, these people are FOMO-holics. If you just bought Bitcoin for the first time at 68,000, you got some issues. You're probably going to keep buying tops and selling the bottoms. But hopefully this is true, and then we can kind of get this washed out and kind of continue north.
Yeah, but think about the situation real quick. Like for market makers, they're probably licking their chops today, even because starting last week, they were like, okay, this is perfect. We'll pump it up and then dump it based on the jobs reports, and then they liquidated $300 million of longs. Right now, they have an opportunity. CPI comes in better. To liquidate all these shorts at 72,000, 73,000. I mean, if that happens, market makers are winning big time, right? So we could see that today. We could also see the opposite happen, like it pump up again to 71,000 to fake people out, knowing that Jerome Powell isn't going to cut rates and liquidate more longs. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of liquidations between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock today, for sure. Well, jumping into it, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin, if you don't mind showing your charts there.
Yeah, so I'm going to show my the hour chart for Bitcoin on Surf, just because I can use the extra indicators here. You can see this ascent started, let's see, 12 midnight last night. It really started strong. This might be Eastern time, but no, it's UTC, based on UTC. So that, anyways, you can see last night. Yeah, 8 p.m. last night, because we were live when it really started. And man, this push up was really, really strong, and it wicked, I think, to 70,000. But we're here at 69,872. If you look here, we've been up here though since that time. So we've been up in the overbought since 8 p.m. last night. And we're still like buy pressure, right? And this is strong. You see from the MACD that like these candles are very green. The red line and the blue line are pretty far apart still, so it doesn't show really any quick turnaround momentum. But with it being like an event day with CPI and all that stuff, and we could see like continued buy pressure up until that moment whenever Jerome Powell comes up, and then volatility happen. But we could also just see it really hang out in the high 69, low 70,000s. We don't know. All I know is from what this is telling me, this indicator right here is telling me, is that we still have more time up here. Whether that's another hour, 3 hours, who knows? We'll see. But yeah.
So do you see anything in the charts that for like 2 p.m.? Is there anything with like the daily maybe that you see that we could maybe, because a lot of people say is like I'll show you the charts, you show me the news, which basically means like the charts can predict the news. Do you see anything in the charts that kind of predicting today's outcome?
I mean, in the daily, it's tough, right? Because like I feel like that is like developed over longer periods. But what you can see is this was Friday, right?
Yeah.
And typically, like in the daily chart, you tend to hang out longer in like overbought or oversold, but you can see like there was quick bounces here too, and then we hung out here and overbought for a while until going back and forth 71 to 72,000, and then that happened again here, but then like we just barely hung out here, right? This is whenever we were like, okay, this is the momentum's been there. I think we're gonna break through all-time highs last week, and Friday happened and it was just barely quick touch and then back down. Being the fact that like we are coming into oversold here though on the daily chart, we could do the same thing except for opposite that happened last Friday. So if there's good news and he cuts rates, we could definitely see something very similar to last Friday and it bounced back up, and then we continue the upward trend momentum. So it just really depends on the 2:30 decision.
If he cuts rates at 2 o'clock, do you see us breaking through 72?
Yeah, I mean, I do. But I don't know. I think it's such a curveball right now on what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Right. I think most people would say if they had to put their money on it, that we're just going to keep things paused until next jobs report. Is it next month?
The next job report is Friday. There's one every Friday.
Okay. So, but is that the big one that he goes off of?
So he goes by them every week, but the big ones are the first of the month. So it would be like the first week of July, that Friday.
Yeah. So that's the one that, if we keep it paused, then that's going to be the next big day.
Yeah.
For if he cuts rates or not for next month. But it's a huge decision today. If he doesn't, I definitely feel like we go back down.
Yeah,
that's what even if we leave it paused, we go back down, kind of ranging what we have been the past couple of days. If he does, we go back to where we were and possibly go back into option A, to where our trajectory keeps going up for the summer.
Yep. All right, jumping to the next thing, swapping bitmaps for the bitmap token on Merlin. So for people that don't know, Merlin has the bitmap rune. It is a rune that is 1-to-1 with the rune that is inside. So, but the bitmap itself gets you 10,000 of these tokens, correct?
Yeah.
So trading in one bitmap gets you 10,000 tokens, and correct. Those tokens can be tradable on the layer 1 as well as the layer 2. So it's a way to tokenize your bitmap.
Yeah, and I think this will be like probably the main token for bitmap at this point, because there's going to be a lot of volume trading. There's liquidity pools, millions of dollars added to Merlin swap for it. You can bridge it back to layer 1 if you'd like. So I definitely feel like this will probably be the one that like sticks out the most. And so I'm actually going to do it live real quick. I'm going to swap 25. So the most you can do in one deal is 25 bitmaps. And I think they're doing like a special now to where you don't have to pay fees. There's zero service fees for it. So I'm going to swap 25 of my bitmaps. I have 103 of them for the bitmap token right now. I'm going to hit the swap. here.
I hope this works. I don't know if we ever did it. We ever did it before.
We shall see.
Oh, your wallet
sign.
popped up. That's a big deal.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get 250,000
Wow.
bitmap tokens for the 25 bitmaps that I'm doing. So my goal is to, create liquidity pool right now, because on Merlin swap there is like an extra incentive. The APR is the highest, I believe, with the bitmaps, bitmap token and Merl and bitmap token and wrap BTC. So swap is uploading, but yeah, so this is pretty simple, straightforward of how to do it here. And it says congrats, swap successful. So now I only have 78 bitmaps. And if I were to reverse this, I have 250
nice.
thousand.
Wow, dude, that was so
250,000.
easy.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys at Unicross. What's the site?
Unicross.xyz.
Unicross.xyz, guys. I'm gonna put that in the chat just so you guys don't get scammed and go to the wrong website. It's unicross.xyz. I would not have guessed XYZ, by the way.
Yeah,
so I just put that in the chat for you guys.
Okay. And then you go to Phantom on the left, right here. Once you go to the homepage, and then you click on the NFT to Runes tab is already there. And you just click on this right here, and then you can swap out your bitmaps for the bitmap token. So next move for me is to get the same amount of value in Merl, create the LP, and then add it to Merlin swap. So
that was sleek. That was cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, pretty simple.
But jumping in, very simple. Jumping in my favorite part of the show here, the roll call. We're gonna jump into this. We got some new faces here, so that's pretty cool. But shout out AOD Art, Tim Baker. Thank you so much, my friend. You are always here. You win today. You are number one. You're always number one to me, Tim, but you're number one today as well. And then we have PJNZ. He's here in that second spot. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Danny Boy, one of our mods. We appreciate Danny so much. Danny works hard. And we got Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves me and I love you. So that's out there, Mr. Hanky. And then we have Yazir, always here, another one of our mods. We appreciate you so much, my friend. Came through with some great alpha. Really got me thinking right at like 9 a.m. too, right when I'm sitting at my desk trying to find you guys the best stuff to talk about today. Shout out Todor. Todor is here, man. We're here every single day. Hold the door for Todor. Let's go. Dumbo is here. Yo. He said, where can I buy the OG pass? You can buy it on two places. You can buy it on Magic Eden, and then you can also buy it on brc420.io. Both places. I think Magic Eden might be a little cheaper, so check them out first. But it's the same pass on both sites.
Yeah, just type in the search Ordinal Revolution, and then it will automatically come up. You see Ordinal Revolution OG Pass. Yeah, I think they are cheaper on Magic Eden right now. So
yep. And then so if you get the pass, we have a tutorial on our channel. Go to our channel. I think it might be like 6 or 7 videos down in the video section, not the live section. And then it's right there. You can't miss it. And now we'll actually walk you through how to put your pass on there. And it's not staking. You're not staking in the vault. You're kind of putting your asset in the vault to keep it there safely, not staking. But you will get the airdrop of the Traverse token if it's in there by tomorrow. So.
Yep.
All right, got Dan H in the building. Ordinal's tweets. Shout out to you, my friend. Superfan is here. Superfan is building something amazing, so check him out, guys. Chief Axel is here, and my favorite. No. He said GM earbuds in while at work. I'm rooting for everyone.
Let's go.
No, man, dude, that was me, man. 4 years ago, 3 years ago, even 2 years, even beginning of this year, man. I would just rock out at work. I was a CNC machinist. I popped some earbuds in. I listen to YouTube all damn day, and so that's why I love YouTube. That's why I do a show. That's why we do a show, is because we just want to give back to you guys much information as possible to get you guys financially free and get you out of that thing you call work, man, and into some create your own business. Yeah, I think that's the best thing. Rick G is here. Shout out Rick G, man. Always with the BRC20. Looking good today because the pizza is up. So shout out you. We can get into that a little later. Joko is here. John is here. Thank you, John, for being here, man. We should make John a mod. What do you think?
Yeah.
We got Mr. Sheedy here, Mr. Sheedy in the film. We're gonna have everyone as mod soon. But shout out Mr. Sheedy, TKO, Broke Oshi. Thank you, sir, for being here, man. I was checking you out on Sin City. He's a mod for Sin City Crypto. He's like one of the biggest mods there. He's killing it over there. So Ant-Man is here, Patty Poo. I mess up his name every single day. Mauricio. He said, can you talk about the children claim by Ghostface Killer? Lots of FUD. Yeah, we can get into that a little later. Yazir's still here. Shout out. Let's see. We got I Walk Alone. USX Echo I Walk Alone says smash that like button. Please do that, guys. That helps out more than you realize. Mighty Sonu is here. Shout out Mighty Sonu. Coach Katz, as we call him, but Cache Katz, as his name says. He says GM, and he always has his coffee and his donuts ready.
Yeah. Cash.
Cash
money.
And then we have Decentralized Finance Hungary, all the way from Hungary, man. Yo, could you please incite the room? Yeah, we'll get into that, guys. We'll get into that a little bit. I didn't have that on the list, but we can add that. Yazir says the Donald Trump is pumping as expected. Welcome to the show, Blockchain Bay. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see who it has. A lot of people here today. Kai Effect is here. Shout out Kai, man. Appreciate you, my friend.
Let's go.
And then Crypto New following up by Superman himself, Kal-El in the building. Smash those lights and the likes, please. But smash those lights as well. Crypto Mom coming in at the very last second. Thank you so much for being here, Crypto Mom. And let's get it.
Yes. And before we get into the EcoSpace news, remember, guys, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash the likes. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. If you're not subscribed on the Twitter side, please share the space, guys. We're trying to educate and educate as many people as possible, and also like it on the Twitter side. And that is it. I think we're ready to jump into some ecosystem stuff, huh?
Let's get it. I guess we'll stick with we were already on Unicross. We might as well just stick it there.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so Unicross also has some basically events happening right now. So the RuFi token, right? That was a BRC20 initially. Had plans to cross that over to Runes. The launch was a little bit rough, I'll say that initially, but since then, Unicross has definitely smoothed a lot of things out on their platform. And so they had a post that says, congratulations on the launch of RuFi on Phantom. So Phantom is what we went over with the bitmaps just now, right? I converted 25 of my bitmaps over to bitmap tokens. And so you can use Phantom to really convert Bitcoin layer 1 assets to other Bitcoin layer 1 assets on Merlin. And so it says, congratulations on the launch of RuFi on Phantom, marking the debut of the first BRC20 to Rune's token swap. So it's converting from BRC20 to Runes. And it says, for a limited time, exchange RuFi for Rune Financial, which is the Runes ticker, with no transaction fees, and earn Unicross global points as a reward. Exchange rate is 1 RuFi for 2.4 Rune.financial Runes tokens. And then the exchange website is unicross.xyz/Phantom, or you can just go to XYZ and then click on the Phantom tab on the left side. So that is what's going on with that right now. You do earn extra Unicross points. I assume that they're going to probably allocate these points to like a future airdrop for the Unicross token, which the Unicross platform is going to be a large DApp. It is already on Merlin. So that's a token I'm looking forward to as well in the future.
Yeah, shout out those guys at Unicross, man. They're building over there. Shout out the whole Merlin team, so we know they're helping with it. Everyone thought Merlin was dead, bro. What happened? It feels like everyone's kind of coming back now. People that were crying about their bitmap, taking their bitmaps off now, are sending them back in to tokenize them to earn some yield on them. I think with the Rothium DEX and Ordinal Hive both launching this month, you're going to see a lot of Western people come back that left too. You got to remember June 19th is an unlocking. You're going to get a lot of Merl, which is going to unlock a lot of liquidity, but that liquidity may stay there this time without people being scared. It actually might go into some of these projects like Ordinal Hive and like Rothium DEX, to where they can trade different assets and earn yield and stuff like that. So, and earn points for Ordinal Hive, because they're kind of like a better version of Blur on Merlin, so they're going to be earning a lot of points. So you can see a lot of liquidity coming from the unlocking going into these sites, and I'm here for it, man. I'm excited for Merlin.
Yeah. I just think that people didn't realize that this was like an innovation attempt, and they've done it now, right? But like whenever you do something new, especially with Bitcoin, and you're incorporating Bitcoin wallets into an EVM environment, there's going to be ups and downs, and they got through all that, not a single exploit, right? On $4 billion of total value, dude. That's and not to throw any shade or anything towards any other entities, but we saw a strong entity actually building on stacks, and Alex actually end up having an exploit. So, and I'm not saying that like could never happen to Merlin or anything like that. And I'm not saying it's bad for Alex I mean, obviously it's a bad situation, but Alex is a strong team that's been building for a long time. I'm just saying it's impressive that Merlin got through all that without a single exploit. And now what they're doing is all these other layer 2s that kind of faded, the approach that Merlin took is now probably circling back and saying, oh my gosh, now there's actually people doing stuff with these Bitcoin layer 1 assets, right? And 2 Western builders makes a big difference because there are actual people that have skin in the game. Fonzie's been in the game since last February. He's an Ordinal OG. Sam has been in the game since probably February. So these are people that have been in the game for a long time and they're building there. And I think more builders are going to come.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, actually. All right. Going into our next thing here is pretty big. So Ghosty Cash came out a couple days ago, and they did a snapshot if you're holding the GHSY token. So in that Medium article that I read last time, they basically came out and said that the Ghosty mint originally was botted, and those bots have been selling off, completely destroying the price, especially over the last couple of weeks. And it really hasn't been any momentum. And then they came out, they got a lot of backlash for that, apparently, because they came out with another article today. I'm going to read that for you right now. Let me pull it up real quick. But it's called Welcome to Tap. It says, Welcome to Tap. As this article, users should... Welcome to Tap. As of this article, users should start seeing their tokens in their Tap wallet address within the next 48 hours. Your wallet address is the same address as your BR20 address, but you won't see it in the wallet, guys. You're going to have to go to track.network and then tracker, put your wallet address in, and that'll come up. There will be some integration soon. We're hoping with Unisat and Xverse, but we don't know. But there is a Tap wallet that's coming that will show all this inside there, so that's all coming as well. It's by the Unitap guys. And there is a wallet already, but we don't really know too much about that one. But anyway, the tokens will begin trading on ordinalswallet.com and SatsX. I love SatsX personally. It's one of my favorite places to trade those tokens. Governance, we would like to extend our sincere apologies for any confusion caused. It was never our intention to overlook or discriminate against our early supporters. To clarify and avoid further misunderstandings, we are announcing a one-to-one airdrop for all Ghosty tokens, BRC20 holders, to Tap. Moving forward, the new GHSY token on Tap will be deposited in your wallets within the next 48 hours. No additional actions are required on your part. We will airdrop the equivalent number of tokens that were in your wallet prior to the snapshot. Users of Super X, so this was an issue. People with Super X were saying, damn, I just kind of lost out on a lot of money, will receive their airdrop within a slight delay. So you're all going to get your airdrop. If you had your GHSY on Super X, you will definitely get your airdrop. Let's see here. It says, alternatively, they can contact us directly at ghosty.cash to initiate an airdrop manually from our side. There's no time limit for this process. Regarding the GHSY tokens on BRC20, please note the BRC20 was an experimental phase in our efforts to support our partner Tap and leverage the technical innovations offered by the Tap protocol. We aim to provide the community with seamless transition and firsthand experience of Tap's advanced capabilities. Furthermore, they love using this word furthermore, but we are introducing the new governance function on the ghosty.cash page, empowering our community to decide whether tokens minted by bots should be retained by the hot wallet and permanently burned. This move ensures that our values and fairness and transparency are held, protecting our users who have fairly acquired their tokens. Since GHSY has and always been our governance token, with the use of token what is it? Authorizes, right?
No, where's it at? Token
Right
authentication, maybe. I don't know.
Authorities.
Token authorities on Tap. Yeah, that's that new function.
Yeah, it will allow our holders to navigate the protocol of Ghosty and its future. Thank you for understanding and continued support. We are committed to ensuring the smooth and beneficial transition of our valued members. So, all right, and that's it. What's your take from all that? I feel like I just read a Bible.
I mean, it's just, I think they're trying to clarify that there wasn't any like ill intent necessarily to the community that they were trying to do, but at the same time, they have to look out for the future of the project, right? So I think they're going to put it in the community's hands a little bit here. I think people need to realize that, for Ghosty to really succeed, there has to be positive sentiment, right, in terms of the token price. As much as people say, well, price shouldn't matter and blah blah blah. You know, the utility sentiment and stuff like that definitely can help, but it needs to be strong enough to be able to push through anybody that's like has hundreds of thousands of tokens or whatever they have, and they're just like bleeding it out, right? So
Yeah.
I hope that whatever resolution comes of this, it makes the token price more like stable and has more opportunity for upward trajectory, right? And I think that was the whole problem before. So at the end, they're making all these changes and stuff to make the community, you know, better situation for the overall community. So I'm okay with the way they're handling it.
I agree. And yesterday you saw the track token really take a tumble, and me and you talked about that, like why we think so. And I thought it was the Ghosty holders kind of pissed off about what was about to happen, and those same holders are probably the same people that hold track, and they dumped it down to about $1.20. It was really bad. But as of this news came out, you kind of see track back at $1.73. Shout out my man Yazir here, says track reached $1.73 USD per token. So track is back up, and it's kind of like whatever. You know, their message here worked, and it's kind of like, okay, guys, you'll get your tokens, but the ones minted by bots could still be burned. Ghosty came out with a thing on their site, was burning. They almost burnt those first people's tokens. It was pretty crazy how it's all unfolding, and I love how it's just like all like on Twitter, right? It's just all just like, here you go, here's a Medium article.
Well, at least they're being transparent about it. You know, it's not like they're hiding and stuff. So yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I hope there's burning somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want people to get screwed over, but like, I think it'd be really cool to lower the total supply.
See. Yeah, Azir says right here, he says Toten Firefighters become the 4th union in the U.S. to add Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Pretty insane. Another union is now holding Bitcoin on balance sheet. Another thing in news here, Russia's Moscow Stock Exchange officially halts trading in U.S. dollars and euros. So that'd be pretty cool if they say, hey, we're trading in Bitcoin from now on, but I doubt it. But...
Yeah.
All right. What's the next thing here? Oh, yeah, okay. This one's fun, I guess. Fun. If you guys go to Fun.film, this is Casey's Ordinal project. It's kind of crazy. But if you go to Fun.film, this pops up, and it's just a bunch of images. So what this was, Casey hired a photographer. He hired these models. He hired you know, the production facility, all this stuff, and he also spent 4 Bitcoin, maybe more than that, because actually it might have been closer to 12 Bitcoin on all this stuff, because it just took 4 blocks. And I was looking, he got lucky because the blocks were cheap at the time. The sats got down to like 10, 11 when he was doing it, and the fees were like 1.5 Bitcoin per. But he paid a lot of money for these. There's 1,000 of these. It's kind of cool though too. You go to model, and it's like that model comes up with a whole bunch of pictures, and then you go to like, you can go, they each have the same moods and stuff. So she has like a happy mood and a silly mood and stuff like that. So there's about, I don't know, I want to say about 20, 25 actors, and they each got about 4 to 7 pictures. Casey is actually on here himself. I asked Yagobi yesterday, I was like, which one is Casey? He got it right off the bat. I can't find Casey. Hold on. I know he's in here. Caprice.
Just go to the homepage.
I just had it. C-A-E. There he is. So Casey's the Ultimate Warrior here, but it's not showing for some reason. But
yeah, if you just go to the homepage, yeah, then you'll be able to see it. I'm sure, because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, right there. That's Casey. He's the Ultimate Warrior. He's a very skinny version of the Ultimate Warrior. I was shocked to see that Aaron's not on here, which is funny, but he didn't hire Aaron apparently. So
yeah, not my cup of tea. But you know, that's just me personally. I know everybody else has their opinions about it, but just not something that I'm interested in at all. Really, I think it's weird. I think, but that's just me personally, right? So
yeah, I kind of want one just because I think they're gonna fly up in value. I think this is gonna be like one of the top Ordinal projects. It's Casey. He spent a lot of money on it. You know, and then I mentioned it's Casey. I mean, he's the guy who created Ordinals, and it's his first real collection. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. We survived the Great Dog Dip. of 2012, June 2024. So congratulations if you're still here. Dog dipped all the way down to about 0.005 and is now back up to about 0.00 8, I think 776, 77 around there. So that's pretty big. Yeah. So everyone thought Dog was dead. Shout out the crypto venture. He actually posted a chart a few days ago that showed exactly what happened, and he was like, I think it's gonna hit here before we bounce back up. And he has it going up to 1.2 cents. So which is a $1.2 billion market cap. So from here, he doesn't see any more dips from here. So his chart was like on perfectly with this dip. He had to actually go down a little lower, but so I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But huge. So what do you think about this dog and pizza dip? Pizza dips as well.
Yeah, I mean, pizza got to I think $4.90 or something like that. Now
Yeah.
it's sitting at $6.39. But yeah, dogs dip, that was expected, right? I mean, like it was just going so hard, and it almost got to $1 billion market cap, and it was sitting at 950 million for a while. And so the pullback was definitely like an opportunity for people that believe in this to acquire more, because it looks like we're kind of heading back now. Still, the two things that matter if for it to cross that $1 billion market cap to me is a tier one major listing or Bitcoin pushing through and getting to that $75,000 mark, and then profits flowing into dog, right? But without that, I think we just kind of go back and forth, possibly around this range, this to like is that like high 700 million and maybe 800 million back and forth, unless one of those two things happens. That's my opinion, though.
I agree. I think we got to talk about this real quick. It keeps coming up in the chat. Ghostface Killer for the children stuff. So, guys, if you guys don't know, we helped the project French Montana pushed. It was a
mac and cheese
PFP collection, mac and cheese PFP collection, and we realized from doing that is like Bitcoin and celebrities don't mix. This isn't the area for that. That should be done over on Solana. The shitcoin mecca of the world. Over here, it's just not going to work. I don't think the reason why we're not talking about this, it's not one of our banners and stuff, is because I think me and Yagobi both feel that this isn't going to go anywhere. We've been there and seen what's about to happen with this. This is going to be down only, in my opinion. I'm not sure your opinion.
Yeah, I don't really know what the claim is based off of, if they're trying to do claim for projects or what, honestly. Yeah, it was definitely hard. I think that famous people or celebrities can do something in this space, but they need to be a part of it, be in the community talking themselves. They don't they can't have like a Web3 like handler, you know what I mean, or like a advisor that's right next to them and stuff like that. They need to be involved, kind of like one of us type of situations, to where they're talking and actually have opinions on the space. And then I think that's whenever something can succeed over here, right? Like what's his name, the ex-football player, he's starting to get into ordinals. You can tell that's genuine because like I forgot what his name was. He was a
offensive tackle, right? Paper the Panthers. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but anyways, someone like him that actually is in the space and trading, like that makes a big difference for people like our ecosystem. Because the reason why too is because people that are over here with us, they've been through it all already for the most part in the previous cycle. They've been through all the celebrity runs and all that stuff, right? So they know. But at the end of the day, like the mac and cheese was a free mint for certain groups of people, and so
So if people that don't know, Blockchain Bay says, did you know French Montana was here? Yeah, he has a Ordinal collection called Mac and Cheese 5. It didn't do very well. It was a free mint. They did everything right with that. They tried to push out a BRC 420 music ordinal, and it didn't sell, so they gave complete refunds out from that. And I think French is kind of like pulling back from this area. You just can't. Those guys can't really make money. I don't think celebrities can make money here. It's just not. It's not that place. I mean, I could be wrong. You might be right on that one, but I mean, we'll see. I mean,
I definitely think it's like not the right time for it over here too. You know what I mean? And like later on, whenever this ecosystem is robust and there's like way more going on, then and people don't really care to throw money kind of at something, I think that's
Yeah.
whenever the time is probably for that. But at the end of the day, I still think over here you have to kind of, you're not going to get respect right off the bat just for being a celebrity over here. You know what I mean? So
Yep. I kind of want to get into something real quickly here. So our guy Jake.Sats had a really good post today. He says HTX and Poloniex share the same business owner, Justin Sun, and HTX is listed as an official partner of Unisat. They also already offer BRC20 support in their exchanges. I think it's important to watch how they are attracting liquidity, since 100% of pizza was airdropped to the community. And then Polonia X officially came out and they said that they are listing pizza. So Jake was dead right on that. So
yep, you can see the Poloniex new listing pizza, so that's pretty big. And then HTX, which is Weibo, they announced they also listed pizza. So this is kind of where the network effect of an entity launching a token trumps someone that is just trying to push a narrative or initiative, right? Which both can be successful, but it's harder. Like, I gotta hand it to Leonidas. I mean, like, for where Dog has gotten without like those network connections, if Dog was launched by Unisat, it would already have been on Binance like a month ago, probably, or 2 weeks ago at least. I would think, at least, right? But because pizza was launched by Unisat is backed by Binance, in terms of one of its partners, Web3 partners. So now those relationships kind of start to do the spider web out, right? And Justin Sun is the owner of Weibo, which is HTX exchange, which is one of the biggest exchanges in China, right? Like the East. And then because he also owns Poloniex, right? Like Poloniex automatically, those are two strong listings, especially for China, if China is trying to prove a point here, right? And so next thing would be the Binance listing. If that happens, then I'm just like, but that goes to show like how much, like, kind of how hard Leonidas has to work, right, to get it to where it is right now. I mean, it's true, right? I mean, it's true. So I think that both tokens are definitely doing their thing. And Dog will definitely have its day in the sun. It's already kind of had its day, but it's like those tier 1 listings, I do believe, comes.
Yeah, 100%. Leonidas is like work. Leonidas work. So get to work, Leonidas. But shout out to him, man. He's really pushing Dog, and without him, Dog would not be anywhere near successful. I mean, Dog wouldn't even be a thing, honestly. But yeah. All right. Going on to the next thing here. I think I saw it here. Yeah, there we go. Counterparty. Big release with major improvements, CLI and API for devs, and ton under the hood fixes. So if you don't know, Counterparty was the original Ordinals. It didn't take off like Ordinals did. It came out in like 2013. Not 100% sure about that date, but it came in around 2013. They were the original Pepe arts. Pepe was a thing over there, and it was huge. But it never took traction mainstream. It didn't really, Bitcoin art really didn't come alive until Casey kind of came out years later with inscribing and stuff like that. I just felt like the time was right for Casey. Like everything was perfect the way he handled it, and people were ready at that time to play on Bitcoin, especially seeing DeFi summer of last. So when Casey put that out, you see Domo run with it and create coins on it. So I don't know. Can Counterparty come back?
I'm surprised it took them this long to reinsert themselves. I'm sure the devs were looking at the situation and kind of saying, "Hey, we did this in 2014," and just it was way before its time. It wasn't ready at the time, but they do have experience, and they have their meta protocol that's been built, and so I'm interested to see like what they roll out, because look, they could be a part of this multi-meta protocol ecosystem, right? If they have the street cred in terms of the rare Pepes and all that stuff, right? So those could jump up in value a ton if they come back. If Counterparty brings its brand strength back. I'm excited for this. I'd like to continually see them, develop and see what they can do here.
Yeah, I think ease of use will be a big one. Wallets, infrastructure, the marketplaces that work with some type of wallets that we're used to, maybe some type of integration with Xverse. You can make this seamless to where you don't know you're not trading on the Ordinal protocol, right? So they I think they could come back. I think they could come back strong, potentially get listed some listings on Magic Eden, to where when you're buying something, it's kind of like, you don't know if it's an Ordinal or if it's Counterparty. Counterparty could even roll as a meta protocol on top of Ordinals as well. They can kind of integrate that type of situation. So there's a lot of things that can go with this. I'm really hoping Counterparty, because I mean they're OGs, man. They're OGs of the OGs. They're Bitcoiners. They're probably very rich, most of them, honestly, because 2013 was a wild time to be in Bitcoin. But
Yeah. And Mauricio has a great a good comment here. He says Counterparty was boycotted by Bitcoin Core. Not surprised. During the time, like, Bitcoin Core probably boycotted anything that people were trying to innovate with Bitcoin, right? So I agree with you. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for builders over here that create dApps that are interoperable, create interoperability between the meta protocols. That's going to be a really big thing, I think. Unless we somehow, pivot completely, Opcat gets added and they completely use it for basically cloning Ethereum over here, which I think that we shouldn't do that. I think we should keep it the multi-meta protocol ecosystem and use Opcat in a different way to benefit and just make things easier for the meta protocols.
Well, speaking of Opcat, Opcat is now Xverse for Signet testing. This is big. This is really getting going now. It's taking a concept idea and it's actually turning it into code. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's a sign. Again, Xverse really just pioneers in the space, right? They're trying to just throw whatever at the wall that seems to stick, and this is another example. So I commend Xverse because, look, offering this to builders, is solving a big pain point. Builders are frustrated with testnet because it's just getting so clogged up. There's just issues and stuff like that, and adding Opcat for Signet testing on Xverse is really, really cool. I think this is definitely a big deal. This was something that was announced, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, but I saw it, Udi post about it. So when Udi posted about it, I was like, okay, they're probably also using it Xverse now with their testing too. But hey, I think until Xverse gets rolled out, or we see some crazy stuff, examples like on Signet, I think we still just need to focus on what's in front of our faces right now. That's like really strong runes plays, opportunities, stuff like that.
And it really goes back, like nothing really matters unless the miners say this is good for Bitcoin. This is good for our system. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's you're opening up attack vectors on Bitcoin with the Opcat. Potentially they're not serious. Potentially they're very small and just going to spam the network like we do every single day anyway. But you're opening up issues that potentially we don't know yet either. We don't know if there's anything in there that could affect anything. But that's why this is amazing that Xverse is doing it through their wallet now with Signet, so a lot of people can get over there and start testing it and kind of push through. So I'm excited for Opcat. I think it's gonna more and more time that goes through. When it first came out, I was like, no way this passes Bitcoin Core. There's no way this passes the hash power, people who own the most hash power. There's no way. Larry Fink's not going to allow this. He's buying Bitcoin every single day. He's not going to allow his customers to potentially get hurt by some type of attack. But now, getting closer and closer, I mean, you got ZK start coming out and saying that they're trying to get with the ZK Sync, potentially could do something as well. You could see real zero knowledge projects coming in the space, and that would really open up a lot and really take a lot of pressure off of Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, do the miners want the pressure off Bitcoin? They like their blocks filled, right?
Yeah, but they will get filled. They will get filled, and the volume will increase, in my opinion, exponentially, because now you have, instead of thousands of transactions, you have tens of thousands of transactions, right? Depending on how big the market caps of these, in liquidity pools and doing other actions that, you'd still have the inscribing, you'd still have all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now you would have DeFi actions that are
Yeah.
going to be transactions that have to go through. Right. And so I think it would increase their revenue because their volume would increase. The intention of the chain would increase. And right now, I'll tell you this, like small to medium sized miners aren't making money right now after the halving. I've talked to one that's a close friend of my brother's. He has a mining outfit, in the Midwest, and he said he's focused on AI right now. The AI distribution basically, and he's not even mining Bitcoin, and he's a big Bitcoin miner. He said if he mined Bitcoin right now, he would barely make some profit. And so, I do think that they think that like the larger miners are going to push out the smaller ones anyways, regardless. But the medium and larger miners do want more volume. So I think they're probably pushing for this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And then oh yeah, so this is big. Ordinal Hive, they put their GitHub out, right? Yep. So Ordinal Hive is a project on Merlin, and we are a partner with them. But we're just bullish on these guys, man. They're gonna come for your ordinals, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be some type of thing on Magic Eden to bring over some liquidity over to Merlin. You can be trading your frogs over there, your node monkeys over there, and think about trading something you don't got to worry about getting sniped. Right. So that's one problem that I've been having. I don't know, but you've been having lately is anytime I buy anything, 40% of the time it gets sniped, especially if I get it for a cheap price. What do you think about
Well, you can still snipe on EVM stuff, but I think that
it's not harder because the blocks are quicker.
Yeah, exactly. And but if you have a bot or whatever, but here's the thing is that they have tools for that, so you can actually be on the offensive here and kind of snipe away from others. Is what they'll have. I think the biggest thing is like being like a huge, like a top farmer, like getting in on Ordinal Hive and being a top farmer. We saw the tokenomics. We're not going to go into that, but one thing for sure is the farming is going to be huge, right? And imagine having all those points and getting the Ordinal Hive Runes token. You know what I mean? And you're a top farmer over here, right? So I still stick to my kind of perception of this type of approach is really bullish during the bull market, and it's tough during the bear market, right? Because people are still going to farm points during the bear market, but we're here in the bull market, guys. So take advantage of that. Like, because Blur never saw anything, a bull market, a full on bull market. Now you have this on Bitcoin and you can farm points for tokens, basically farm the Ordinal Hive token. I think this is going to blow up. I think this is going to do amazing, in my opinion, not financial advice, but plus it's also the team too. Like you and I talk to multiple teams, and you keep saying to me, man, I'm just so impressed with this Ordinal Hive team. I'm so impressed with them. Young, smart, follows through, ahead of 2 steps ahead. That type of approach. It just is painting success. You know what I mean? And so that's why I can't wait to figure out how I can get an edge on getting points and stuff like that, because I want this token.
Yeah, personally. And I'm gonna leak something, guys. So overhead supply is going to the community. I don't care, man. I don't care, dude. They're community based. They're community based guys, man. And that could be hundreds of millions of dollars going to the community. So shout out those guys, man. Absolutely amazing. And if I get in trouble for that leak, I don't care, because I just appreciate the community so much, and it seems like they do as well. So
yes, sir. So I think this post though is saying, hey, if you guys want to check out our GitHub commit, we got it out there.
For sure.
And it's kind of putting a flag in the ground too, saying, hey, like, we're here for the innovation of Merlin too, right? We're taking that leap. And so they are. And as you guys know, we've talked about several times, they did their due diligence on several different options, and they said this was the winner. So that should tell you something there.
Yeah, man. While we wait for our good friend Raul to pop in here, I didn't send him the link. Did you send him the link?
Abdul, yes, and
Abdul.
he said Raul. They rhyme though.
Well,
they rhyme.
we have Raul Warren today, so it's Wednesdays are hard for me, man.
Yeah. Deja vu.
But real quickly here, I'm gonna just pop over here to Magic Eden, look at some of the rune prices. We got Dog Go to the Moon up 22%. Wow, dude, 30%, dude. Bank is unstoppable.
Yeah, it is.
We messed
I
up.
faded that one. I messed up on that. Hey, yeah. I felt like I had good reason to, but at the end of the day, I got it wrong. So that I gotta own up to that, and I got this one wrong.
We're paying for it for sure. R6 Genesis Rune up 13% on the day, followed by Pups World Peace up 6%. Whoa, 47,000%. What is going on?
Pepe go to the sun.
Every dollar that you invested in this is now worth $4,700. Holy crap! Oh wow! Congratulations to anyone who got into that one. Pepe go to the sun. Epic. Up down 3%. One of the few that are down today. Lobo the Wolf Pup is kind of like a derivative or a leveraged play on Dog. Dog goes up 20%. Lobo goes up 30%. Satoshi Nakamoto up 17%. Decentralized up 20%. Crypto, wow, 900. See, these numbers are just off the wall to me. I don't know why. Crypto Kitties up 900%.
People are trying to pamp them.
I don't know what's going on with that, man. And then we have $1 Billion Cat at 38 million, and then Wanko Manko at 15 million. Donald Trump taking a run today, up 25% today, followed by Mr. Yen, Japanese businessman, sitting at 30 cents. He's back up 10%, and yeah, that'll conclude your Rune market update. Any last words on this Rune market?
No, I mean it will completely take off if Bitcoin does. So everybody, let's hope that they cut rates and Bitcoin goes to 74,000, because I think the entire ecosystem is going to jump up from that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We have 284 people in here, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging with us all the way to the end of the Ordinal Hour. Now we're about to start the Ordinal After Hour, but we got our buddy Abdul that just popped in here.
Yep. So let's get Abdul in here. Abdul, man, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? How are you? Thank you for having me.
No problem. So
thank you for joining.
Thank you. Yeah. So every Wednesday we do a Security Wednesday. It's all about kind of like good hygiene for your wallets. It's actually, you guys have a really good process of doing things and stuff. For anyone new here, could you explain what Traverse is?
Yeah, Traverse is the simplest and safest security solution for your crypto. And what you can think of it as, it's essentially providing you with a vault, and that vault has a unique taproot address. So it's a unique Bitcoin address that you can transfer your assets into, and that way your assets are secured with your MFA methods. And currently with Traverse, we support email and authenticator MFA methods, and we're working on expanding towards passkeys and other MFA support as well. So the best thing about Traverse as well is that your assets are completely recoverable. So even at the highest point of compromise, which is a private key compromise, your assets are still recoverable and they're still secured within your vault, no matter what happens to your main Web3 wallet.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
man.
Well, I wanted to start off the Security Wednesdays with an actual security situation that I don't think a ton of people know about. So we actually had, I saw a little bit about this, someone posted about it, but we had a community member actually email us directly, Dongwoon Kim, shout out to him, he's a long-term member, and he said, hey, I missed the claim for pizza, but I got an inscription in my wallet, and I'm gonna show it. It says, it's an image of pizza, it says 1,000, and it says pizza, btcpizza.app. So he went to the website, and he it asked him to sign something, because, connect the wallet and then sign something. He didn't do that, thank God. But this is obviously a scam that they're trying to, they're trying to drain your wallet. So you got to be careful. In this situation, to where, they received this, how could Traverse be effective here? Because I was thinking about that real quick before you answer. And it's like, if you use the wallet that is assigned to your Traverse security vault, that means all of your assets are securely tucked away in that security vault, right? So no matter what you do with that wallet, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to really have assets for them to take anyway. Is that how it would work? Or if you could speak on that?
Yeah, there's two scenarios here. So this airdrop could either be received in one of your vaults with Traverse, and with Traverse you can create an unlimited number of vaults. So let's assume that they airdrop this pizza, this pizza airdrop with the link to that specific website into your Traverse vault. Nothing's going to happen, even if you interact with it in Traverse. Essentially, your wallet has no signature within the Traverse vault, anyways. So they're not able to take anything from you. They're not able to force you to sign a drainer or even allow you to interact with a drainer. Meanwhile, if you receive that airdrop in your Web3 wallet, and for example, you decided, to interact with it, to go to the site, to click on that drainer, well, your assets in that wallet that you interacted with the claim link through are going to be subject to the drainer. Meanwhile, your assets that are safely secured in your Traverse vault, nothing's going to happen to them. And this is really the benefit of Traverse, right? Like, even no matter what happens to your Web3 wallet, the one that you created your Traverse vaults with and your Traverse account, your assets with Traverse are secured no matter what happens. Even if someone has your private key, nothing's going to change because they would still need your MFA codes for you to make any withdrawal. And funny enough, I mean, we posted about some of the pizza scams that we've been seeing yesterday as well, where there's some accounts that post underneath like Unisat, and we saw the same with Dr. the Moon, the same with Karma Runes. Essentially, these accounts are boosted. So you can see something around like 2K likes to 10K likes, and they encourage you to click on a drainer. And that drainer not only takes your Bitcoin from you, it's also able to take your BRC20s, it's able to take your ordinals, and I'm sure over time people are going to make drainers that take your runes as well.
Yeah. And guys, in my opinion, we're in the beginning of a bull market, and this is going to get worse and worse. You're going to see scammers. They're going to come for your ordinals. Going to come for everything you work so hard for to obtain these early. And using something like Traverse really gives you that sense of, you have someone kind of having your back, right? You have your MFA codes really being your source of you can't touch my stuff unless you physically come at me and say, give me your Google Authenticator, right? Which is a scary thing for everyone holding Bitcoin, but this kind of gives you that sense of security online to where nothing that you put in that vault can be taken from you, which is absolutely amazing. No matter what link you push, no matter what wallet you interact with anything, it kind of gives you that really sense of security. And one thing I want to push is when you do sign up for Traverse, I think everyone should at least sign up for a vault in Traverse. Make sure you take your Google Authenticator and you put it on multiple devices. Take an iPad, scan a device. You use one on a Google Chrome extension. You can have one on your phone. So have multiple of those just in case you're out with your phone. You leave your phone in a cab or something, and you're never able to get that. You will still have your codes on another device where you can kind of grab everything for that. So that's my one thing about Traverse. Make sure you get the Google Authenticator and multiple devices. But I have a Traverse wallet, man. I'm going to be adding stuff right now. Another thing is, do not send your runes to Traverse yet. You guys are working on that for the future, though, correct?
Yeah, we have had a number of people send their dog to the moon, and to be honest with you, like you can withdraw it, right? It's not a method we recommend. You can take a look at the sats and see the number of sats that you need to withdraw, and then cover enough Bitcoin for the network fees. But it's not a Traverse approved method right now, and it's because it's a bit complex, right? And with Traverse, we want to make everything as convenient, as easy as it could be for anyone who uses our vaults. And Shizzy, like on a separate note, when it comes to the authenticator, Google Authenticator, I echo the same sentiments. I mean, just make sure your authenticator is on multiple devices. And really, this is like a pro. There's always pros and cons when it comes to what comes with crypto and the type of companies that people run. So in our case, we're decentralized and we're non-custodial. And one of the drawbacks of that is, if, for example, you currently lose access to that authenticator or email, we can't recover it for you. And the reason for that is because we're simply non-custodial and decentralized. If we're able to recover that for you, then we cross into custodial and centralized territories, very much similar to centralized exchanges. Though an added benefit is that we are working on recoverability for all of our users, a 1 out of 2 method as well. So we're going to see how to implement them and other KYC methods as well that will be completely optional for our users. So there's a lot more coming. Just keep in mind, we want to adhere to the rules of crypto and just the decentralized and non-custodial nature is key for us.
Amazing.
100%. 100%. We have a couple other things we're going to hit on with Traverse, but before we do that, could you update the audience on any new updates with the platform project? I know you got a lot of stuff working in the background. I don't know what you can announce. There's definitely some stuff that we know is exciting, but if you wouldn't mind kind of just giving a brief update on what you guys have been up to.
Sure. With Traverse, I mean, we currently were under a bit of resource constraints and still are in terms of like the developments that we're able to make. So we've been working on partner-related development, partner-related stipulations. So here's some key developments for us. We're going to be integrated in 2 wallets. Whether I am able to name them right now is unfortunately a bit. I'm not going to be able to right now because my team isn't
allowing you to.
Yeah, they didn't give me the green light yet, and I mean we're going under incubation. We actually just completed the signing of that yesterday. It's an incubator that I mean you guys are familiar with. Everyone here who watches Ordinal Revolution is also familiar with the team. They've spoken to one of the founders of that incubator as well in one of your earliest shows. So that's a bit of development of Traverse. And, for funny enough, I mean, I was just listening to the TAP space. So TAP had a space since 11 a.m. And here's some key developments on their end. So they mentioned that the TAP marketplace, so an actual marketplace where you can trade TAP assets, is likely going to be released at the end of this month. And that will also allow you to, if, for example, you hold some TAP assets, or it could be TAP itself, they weren't very clear, you would be able to reduce any fees you incur from trading using that marketplace. They also mentioned that one of the centralized exchanges they've been talking to, their TAP support or TAP integration is done. So it looks like the timeline for the end of the month, around June 28th, is going to be definitely doable for TAP to be launched on multiple CEXs. And at the same time, they also mentioned, like on the ecosystem validator, they mentioned the APY currently for TAP is going to be around 5%. So Alex from Scry Labs mentioned that 5% is, I think, pretty decent. And one last thing I do want to say is they mentioned publicly they've been talking with Google, they've been talking with banks, they've been talking with Web2 institutions, and some of these institutions are very much interested in purchasing TAP's validators. So it's a key test right now for TAP for mass adoption, in my opinion.
And to run these validators, you need track, right? You need lock track in these validators. Is there a minimum, do you know, off the top of your head?
Yes, so it's actually multiple rounds, right, Shizzy? So round 1 is going to be, I believe, somewhere around 100 track for that one validator. And the higher rounds that you go, so if you miss out on some of these earlier rounds, the number of track you need to swap for that validator increases. I believe the top is around 10K track.
Gotcha.
So it does get quite expensive. I think for these institutions, with the talks they've had with the banks and everything else, it seems like they're definitely down. Because at the end of the day, Track is not only an indexer, it's an oracle, and an oracle feeds data into the blockchain. And I mean, we've been seeing Chainlink take the news with BlackRock and their token securitization and everything else they're working with Wall Street on as well. So there's a lot going there.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
So that's interesting that you mentioned that. You said it's not only an indexer, it's an oracle, and I figured that was the main kind of endpoint, right? That they were going to shoot for. Are they going to act as an oracle for multiple meta protocols on Bitcoin, or also like Doge chain, like the Dogenals and stuff like that as well, or just in every aspect possible?
Yeah, I believe it's the latter. I believe in every aspect possible. Any type of protocol they can act as an oracle through and with, they're going to do, I'm sure. Because the team is expanding as well. They just mentioned it.
Yeah, imagine, guys, like, I know this is crazy and I'm getting a little off topic here, but just imagine a day when, just like how the Ethereum main layer and then all the layer 2s where you had certain wrapped versions of those tokens on those layer 2s. Obviously the EVM route, Merlin's done that, but in terms of inscription route, we haven't seen that yet. So that could technically happen with Bitcoin and the Doge chain, the Doginals and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think there's a ton of innovation that's going to be happening, and I'm super bullish that Traverse is kind of in the middle of it all, right? Like you guys, you know, are here to provide security for Bitcoin wallets, and you provide it for multiple different meta protocols, not just Tap, but you are also in the middle of like the Tap innovation, and I think that's really big.
Yeah. So Traverse is asset agnostic, and that means we support all types of assets, all type of protocols that are, you know, on Bitcoin layer 1, in addition to our vision to become a multi-chain vault support. And at the same time, I mean, we've been having, you know, quite the conversations with the Track and Tap team, and we believe Traverse can play an even greater role in that ecosystem than we previously announced as well. So that's something else I think for anyone interested, anyone taking a look at Traverse, it's something to keep an eye on in the next few weeks.
Gotcha. Awesome. And I just want to show you guys something real quickly. So I have my Ordinal Revolution pass right here. It's in the vault. So let's just say you sent your Ordinal Revolution pass here. You're like, oh, how do I get this out? Kind of want to walk you guys through the pretty simple way of doing it. So one thing is you will have to send Bitcoin to this address right here. You get this, you can copy the address, take it to a wallet, send the Bitcoin. So I over here, I sent 0.005 to it. And it's really simple. You just hit unfreeze and then confirm the wallet address you want it to go to, and then you pick your normal thing here, and then it's going to ask you for your email code. So you're going to have to go to your email because it sent you a code, and then you'll have to get your authenticator, and you'll put both of those in and hit verify. And then once you do that, it'll send that Ordinal pass or whatever you have in there. For this wallet, for me, it's my Ordinal pass, and it will send that back to your wallet. So you're able to take it to Magic Eden or take it to BRC 420 and trade it if you would like to, or, you know, hold it in a different wallet, whatever you want to do. But it's really simple. It's really easy. So that is why it's important. That's why nobody can get to your stuff, is because when you hit unfreeze, which basically means send to another wallet, put your wallet address in there, hit confirm, and then boom, every single time it's going to have your email and authenticator, and boom. That is why we're preaching this. That is why Abdul and Traverse are partners with us, is because we want our people to be safe. We want our community to be absolutely killing it this bull market, and you cannot do that if you lose your assets to a scammer. And that is why we're very 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 big on this, guys.
And, you know, at the same time, like, in addition to security, you can think of Traverse as providing you with an asset management platform, because you're able to create as many vaults as you like, and you're able to like filter and sort the assets within each vault as you please as well. So one of your vaults could be dedicated to ordinals, the other could be dedicated to BRC20s, one of them could be dedicated to runes. They could be collection based. So if for example you're one of the whales on you know, rune stones, you can have just a rune stone vault that just entirely has rune stones there. So you're able to do whatever you want and however you want with your Traverse vaults. You can think of them as wallets. So whenever there's like interactions between that specific address and your main wallet, whether it's OKX, Unisat, or Xverse, it's literally just a transfer. You're transferring your assets from your Web3 wallet to your Traverse vault, and at the same time, whenever you want to make a withdrawal, you do the same exact process. Just provide your MFA codes.
Yep. So that's how easy it was, guys. Hit create vault. You know, you could put in here something like hide from wife. You know what I mean? Like, you want to put in assets, you're trying to hide from your wife. You can have
dude,
that,
if your
that
wife
vault right
is
there.
looking in your wallet, yeah, she got some skills. I'll tell you that. Like, she knows.
But you could put anything, you know. So.
And your wife won't know that you actually have a Traverse vault unless you tell her you have Traverse vaults.
True. Exactly.
So your addresses aren't identifiable on chain, right? So it's not like I copy paste my vault address in the mempool and I see that it's stored with Traverse. No, that's not how it works. You can just see it's a regular wallet address. So another benefit there.
Awesome. Yeah, man. All right. You want to get into some questions here, or do you have anything else, Abdul, before we get into some questions?
One last thing we just like to hammer on every single time we make any appearance is that your vaults are recoverable. And that's another benefit. It's a bit more of a technical benefit that is really hard to grasp unless you see some of our videos. But here's the takeaway. So let's assume that you no longer have access to that OKX, Unisat, or Xverse wallet that you created your vaults with. Now what? So now if, for example, you go to traverselabs.io, you try to connect, you're unable to connect because you don't have that wallet. But with Traverse, you can use any wallet. So it could be a brand new wallet you literally just created with $0 worth of Bitcoin in it to actually recover your vaulted assets from that wallet address that you lost or no longer have access to, or believe it's exploited, or someone compromised that key. So everything's recoverable. And that's really the benefit of Traverse as well. That's something to keep in mind. Private keys being compromised with Traverse is not an issue. It's not an issue for your assets within your vaults. It's not an issue for you to actually recover these assets as well. They're secured, recoverable. If there's two main takeaways, remember, Traverse security plus recoverability.
Awesome. All right. Let's get in a couple of questions here. We got a couple to start. Just kick it right off. It's kind of geared towards you, Abdul, here.
Sure.
We got Dumbo, a member of ours, says, where can I buy the OG pass? So you can get that on Magic Eden. I think Shizzy had already mentioned that. I think they're cheaper there than BRC 420, but you might want to check both. But Magic Eden. And then this follow-up question, is it still useful to stake it on Traverse? So it's not staking. It is just adding it to the vault. And when you add it to the vault, you will qualify to receive the Traverse Tap token airdrop for this specific campaign. And Abdul, just to clarify with you, tomorrow, Thursday, will be the snapshot, correct? That's what Kareem...
No, it is actually today at 7 p.m. I apologize for the miscommunication.
Okay.
We did mention it on Twitter though, in some of these replies.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll stick to that deadline.
So 7 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yeah, unless of course, like if we get feedback, from you guys, from the community, that you want us to push it for another day, I mean, it's fine with us, to be honest. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I mean, it's been 30 days. We gave him enough time. I think 7 p.m. tonight is more than fair. You got 8 hours. It takes you 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on the block. So I think that
we'll do it today, but I will let you guys know that up until the morning, when I check the vaults created with Traverse and what assets we have, we've been seeing more OG passes. So definitely some people who have been a bit delaying it or unable to deposit.
Yeah. Exactly, guys. So you can, if you don't have a pass, Magic Eden probably the cheapest right now, from what I checked. But if you can also check brc420.io, they might be cheaper there, but I think Magic Eden's cheaper. Yeah. And once you get that, you just got to add it to the Traverse Vault. Go watch our tutorial video. It'll show you step by step how to do that. You got about 8 hours from now. But yeah, so it is worth it, in my opinion, to do that, because you are going to qualify for the Traverse Tap airdrop. And I'm bullish on Traverse, and what they have, because they are definitely starting to shine as the #1 security option product on Bitcoin for sure.
100%.
Let's see what else we got here. I kind of starred them all here, so should be pretty easy. All right. Ordinal Tweets says, guys, do you think we will see a price of 0.0002 per bitmap in the near future?
No way.
What is it at right now?
That's like $40, dude.
What is it at right now, though? I thought it was more than
0.0012.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it even that?
0.0002 is $13. You'll never see bitmap back at $13. I'm sorry, my friend. I mean, I would love that day, but
he's asking if it will drop.
No, not $13.
No,
I remember getting them at like $7 to $13, dude. That was amazing. Last July was absolutely amazing for that. But.
Yeah, I don't think they dropped that low. No way. There's just too much momentum right now, especially with the bitmap runes token and Ordinal Hive launching on Merlin. People, you're going to be able to earn the Ordinal Hive points, right? So, and there's tons of stuff going on layer 1 with bitmaps right now. There's just too much momentum. I don't know when it does kind of make that big jump back to $100, but it's going to happen, in my opinion. It's just a matter of time. So, sorry, I think these are probably going to be close to as cheap as you can get them. Maybe 35 at the very lowest, but we'll see.
I like this comment real quick. Superfan says, Shizzy, yo, CNC machine is here too. Cool to know that at my little company we do tons of fabrication. Yeah, in my past life, about 6 months ago, I was a CNC machinist who was addicted to YouTube crypto. All right, so and then I to the point where I said, I know more than most of these damn crypto YouTubers. So that's why we started my own thing about a year ago. Coming on to July 27th will be 1 year of Ordinal Revolution. Before that, we were DeFi discussions where we talked about DeFi and stuff like that. So yeah, man, just keep grinding, dude. Just keep up, keep listening, keep studying, keep grinding, and
building,
and keep building. You're a builder, man. So you're gonna get there soon enough. You'll have a past life as well.
Yeah, and we actually got a meeting with that whole that ecosystem,
Lambda,
the
right?
Lambda guys. Yeah, I think there might be. We'll see how that meeting what comes out of that. But I think there could be some exciting things. Claudio asks, what runes you got yesterday? Did you pick up any runes yesterday, Chizzy?
I picked up 1.5 million more dog. I have about 7.5 million dog now. I am just grinding my dog to the moon here. Over $55,000 in dog. What about you, Abdul? Did you pick up anything yesterday?
No, I haven't. I haven't been picking up any runes. Though I have been seeing, some of the prices, and they do look, quite appeasing, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a good pickup, man. What price did you get them at?
I got them as pretty cheap. Oh, dude, I kept getting sniped, so I was getting annoyed. So I was trying to get between 8.8 sats and 8.9 sats. So whenever it got there, I would grab it, and I got sniped. And I tried again, and I got sniped. And I tried again, and I finally got it. And I was like, yes. And I tried again, and I got sniped. So I would have gotten like 3 million if I could get that price, but I felt like the bottom, and it was. I got lucky though. It could have kept dropping, but.
Nice. That's how you do it, man. You got a DCA in at that whenever it gets into juicy prices, and it sounds like that's what you did.
Yeah, man. And I'm up 20% on those buys, so I can sell it right now and 20% in one day.
Crypto Hot News says, Legends, when will we bring the Ordinal Revolution Bard, founder of Bitzard, to tell us about Bitmap War News? Thanks, you guys are amazing. We've had them on. They posted something this morning. Yeah,
Bard's awesome. We had him on the show. He's very intelligent guy. I mean, we haven't heard anything about that. I mean, he can reach out to us. He has open if he wants to come on. We can definitely get him back on. So reach out to him, have him reach out to us, and then if he's interested, we can do it. Do a round two.
Yeah, we can get him back on. So they posted something 9 hours ago, and it says, this is an update. I'm sure that you've already seen this probably, but it says Bitmap War Soldiers giveaway. Enjoy gaming with 0 barriers to entry. Follow at Bitzard, like and retweet. Leave your EVM address below. We will randomly select 25 addresses and 10 soldiers each. So I'm assuming this is a NFT project on Merlin. So hey, that's something that they're doing right now to probably prep for their big launch and token IDO.
Yeah, man. What else we got?
Did you grab any pizza? Were you able to claim any pizza, Abdul?
Yeah, I have. I managed to claim a few. It was good. Great feeling, definitely.
Yep. Yasher says, do you guys think there is a future for Sora token after Tap launch? So I'll put this to Abdul first. Like he is they are in the muck of the Tap ecosystem. So what do you think about Sora?
Yeah, I definitely think just something to clear up. Sora is launched by one of the founder of Sora Venture Capital, Jason Fang, and he is a lead investor with Tap and the Track ecosystem as well. One thing to note is that it's been pretty clear that Sora is a community-led token. So I definitely think every single Tap token, especially the early ones, will definitely have a future. Will have a future utility play as well. I think Tap is just beginning in terms of the tokens and projects that are being released there, from Foxy, Launchpunks, and now Ghosty. There's a lot more projects building on Tap. I just don't specifically like to give specific token recommendations because you never know what happens, and I haven't done like incredible amount of due diligence on Sora, and the number of holders, the number of transactions they've done. They're available on Ordinal's wallet and Satsax, so feel free to check them out there.
The best question would be, Abdul, do you hold any Sora?
I do not. I do not hold any Sora.
Just
No,
messing around. Messing around.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did see. Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah,
No, you go
I just wanted to say, I mean, this is also why I can't comment on something I don't hold, right?
Yeah.
I don't feel it's appropriate.
Yeah.
This, I will say, I mean, I've been taking a look at DMT, and DMT applications on tap is heating up. There's a project I'm very interested in and will definitely be minting. It's called DMT Natimons, so check it out if you haven't
Natimons?
already. Yeah, Natimons. They're
Sounds like a
essentially
Pokemon twist.
kind of exactly. I mean,
I
the
love
whole
Pokemon
application.
growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, like DMT with cards with specific rarities that
Yeah.
are based on like blockchain data is incredible applications of DMT. I mean, it couldn't be better than
Yeah.
this, to be honest.
I've been fading DMT, and I feel like it's time for me to really take a deep dive. I just got to spend some time with it. That's just kind of my thing. It's like I fade stuff until I can't fade them no more. And it seems like DMT is something that I need to take a deep dive into. So I'll have to do that soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Here we go. Here, does Traverse consider providing security on browsers too? Something like MetaMask provides to scan the links the user is clicking on and warns it. You guys, maybe that's something down the line, maybe chapter 4, chapter 5 for you guys. But is that something you guys are considering?
Or
We
holder
could-
features or something like that, or
Yeah,
user features.
There's a plan, and that plan involves another security company that we're working towards an agreement with. I'm not sure if I'm able to name them right now, but they do provide the exact services you're talking about, which is scanning the links, making sure that links are valid and that they're actually connected to the projects as well. So yeah, that is in play, 100%.
Awesome. 294 people in here, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging with us and putting some great questions in the chat. All right, going back to crypto hot news here. He says something else. Are you bullish for the bitmap Rune token? Will the leader for Runes on feature? I'm not sure what the second part of that question is, but I am bullish on the bitmap Runes token. I think it will be the token for bitmap, in my opinion. It has a living liquidity right now that makes it tradable. It's going to be on multiple different decentralized exchanges on Merlin, and I can see that traveling over to other Bitcoin sidechains and layer 2s. And don't forget, you can always bridge that back to Bitcoin's native layer. So I think it's just starting out right now, and it will kind of build up as bitmap hype continually builds up, and as whales decide that they'd rather trade token versions of it. So what about you, Shizzy, and then we'll hit Abdul on his opinion.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be the leader, right? Because you might see like Benny or someone from that team come out and say, "Hey, we're doing the same thing over here," right? And then you have a tap version of the bitmap token as well, where you can trade your bitmaps over there. You may be able to do the same thing, kind of put them on tap, or no, honestly, because they're on layer 1, so you don't gotta do anything with the bitmaps. You can just take them to some tap, trade that bitmap in, get that tap token as a bitmap. So you might see that on Unisat as well. You might see BRC20s doing something similar. So will it be the main token? Yes. On Merlin, I think it will be. On Runes, I think it will be. But on other meta protocols, you might see some other tokens.
Their version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that there is a certain period of time to where they have to take advantage of like that being that dominant, main token for it. And if they don't take advantage of that period of time to where it becomes like just like, it's just a popular token to trade on Merlin, then I think that's where the other meta protocols can have opportunity to kind of compete for that top spot. If they do take advantage of it, I think it will be in the top spot. That doesn't mean that like there won't be different versions on like in tap protocol or BRC20s or whatever, because usually when somebody's showing some success, they'll try to mimic that, right? So we'll see. What about you, Abdul? What do you think?
Yeah, I honestly have the same exact opinions as Shizzy. I think definitely on Runes for bitmaps, it will be. I mean, I'm sure it will make significant waves, especially given its current liquidity. So I'm sure there's also going to be plans for a tap-based token for bitmap. It only makes sense Just
Well,
in
there
my
already
opinion.
is a bitmap tap token. Should we just count
There
that
is?
one? Because
Yeah.
I think we should.
No, it's not 1-to-1 though.
What? I think we
Yagobi
should.
is a whale of the bitmap tap token.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, I don't even know. I think there's one. I don't know, but I think there's one that like was deployed and minted out like back then. No, I'm just
That was
kidding.
fun days in tap. Very fun days in tap. Well,
Yeah.
you know, early July, I think that was right. That was early.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, good points though. I mean, those are very, very valid, strong points. So
Yeah,
definitely open-minded to that. Let's see.
Yeah, shout out real quick. Shout out Raul. I mean, shout out Yazir in the chat here. Blockchain Bay asks which OG pass is traverse. I don't see one. And then our man Yazir kind of helps her out and says you need an Ordinal Revolution OG pass available on ME and BRC 420IO. Once you have that, open a traverse vault and put the OG pass in there. It's amazing having guys like Yazir in our community, man. Really can step in and help people out. And then she says like thank you, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Yazir, for all your commitment to us, man. We appreciate you, my friend.
100%, man. And he's like I said, Yazir's gonna be one of those people in 2025 where I'm gonna be like, hey man, when are you gonna invite me to your yacht? He's always paying attention. Always paying attention.
Always.
I walk alone. What is going on, sir? You say with all the building on bitmaps, where do you see the price in Q4? So let's just throw out November 28th, which is Thanksgiving. So November 24th. Shizzy, where do you see the bitmap price November 24th?
$1,243 per
Wow.
bitmap.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's a complete guess. There's no math or execution in that. I'm very precise though.
Okay, so I know why Shizzy's price point is that high is because he's imagining bull market first aggressive leg. We will be in the middle of that during that period. Abdul, I know you don't like to give predictions, but do you want to take a stab at just throwing something out there, or do you want to skip this one?
I'm going to mention the same exact thing as last year. So around the same period, if I remember correctly, it was between 350 to somewhere around 460, right?
Yeah.
So let's assume it's going to be back at 460.
Yeah,
which is still significant.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
I actually agree more with Abdul's price point with this, but the wild card is if there's one application that just goes extremely viral that uses bitmap, that changes everything. I think it goes past 1,000. I think if it just goes on fire and we're talking 2,000, and that could be like the bitmap token trading at high volumes too, helping that, right? So I think we got to kind of hope for the innovation on bitmap, something really big. And Foxy, by the way, has been blown it out of the water with the game. I played it, the single, battle royale style first-person shooter. That could be it. I do think they need to clean up a couple things, but for what their resources were and stuff, it was amazing to me to play that, and I think it'll get better. So
it's funny you said that because I was going to ask you, could that application be Foxy? So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, for sure. USX Quantum says, wait, really? Opcat is going to change everything?
Everything that allows bridging. So Opcat is only 13 lines of code. It was originally put in by Satoshi Nakamoto, then taken out because he was afraid the chain was going to get spammed. But now ordinary people are already spamming the chain, so that doesn't matter no more. So they want to add that back in. But there is security risk with that, and there's stuff like that. So it is being tested on Signet, and if everything goes well, potentially you might see it by the end of next year. But it did take Taproot, which is an amazing update. It took Taproot 2.5 years from the time that it was on Signet to get listed or put it into the core.
Yeah, I think the only way that we get it faster is if the miners try to push it. But yeah, I agree. I think that like some people will try to push the envelope with Opcat and try to do, more DeFi stuff on layer 1. But no matter what, like you're still having to wait for 10-minute blocks unless they change that, and they're not going to change that. I don't think. You know what I mean? It's just, but what you could possibly do with Opcat is roll a bunch of transactions into one large transaction, which would, help with just processing a lot more in one go, right? So we'll see what happens with that. But I think more than anything is bridging between meta protocols and bridging to side chains and creating a genuine layer 2 is possible at this point if you have Opcat, because then you can smart contract all that information and data over to the layer 2 that you're trying to bridge over to. So
Blockchain Base says it's the bomb stream. I'm going to have to replay this so I can take my time and learn everything. Thank you so much for coming here. We appreciate it. It's your first time here, so thank you so much for watching our show.
100%. That's what we're trying to do, is educate as many people as possible, and we love when new people come in here. And I gotta say, what's up to our personal friend Lou Ferrigno. You know, he has been consistently showing up. He might miss a day or two because he's out.
He's out smashing things.
Shooting a new remake of his '80s Hulk show, but he definitely shows. He says those inflation numbers are good. Core inflation is always at 3.5, roughly 0.2 is the target. They always overshoot that. And he says yes, and yes, holding cash has always been a scam. Yes,
that's Lou, man. He's out there making movies, smashing things, and just being the Hulk that he is.
Yeah. Here's kind of a warning from Yashir. He says, basically, and this is not singled out to Merlin. It's EVM chains, really. You'll see like tokens get airdropped in your wallet, and then they'll have like website addresses on there. Just be careful with that. I know Traverse, is really expanding, protection and stuff like that. And one thing that you mentioned, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you guys are trying to really bring it all in-house under one account, right? So I don't know what your plans are, if you guys are going to offer anything to Merlin in the future or other EVM chains other than Ethereum, but that's something that I know you guys have hit on. What is the plan for that?
Yeah, the plan is definitely one vault and one vault for all type of assets that you have. So you're able to create as many vaults as you like, because it's all going to be multi-chain. And ICP, as I believe I mentioned this before as well, so ICP has their Schnorr upgrade, which is likely going to integrate Solana and other EVM-based chains as well. So building a version of Traverse that's on ICP could allow us to actually support multiple different chains altogether. And this is definitely a plan we're working towards.
Yeah, maybe Merlin can actually partner up with ICP and tap and just say, hey, we'd love to have our assets available as well. And then that could kind of solve that issue there, along with other, EVMs, because in the future, there's going to be more Bitcoin side chains that are trying to mimic what Merlin's doing, or have their own version of it. But Blockchain Bay says, what access does the OG Pass grant you? You want to hit that, Shizzy?
Yeah, so the OG Pass was it was a free airdrop to the people who were members of the YouTube channel. The first 150 YouTube members got the free Ordinal Revolution OG Pass, and then we gave it another 150 around to community members, people that are big in the space, people that are really helping Ordinal succeed. So it was just a 300 base collection of Ordinal BRC 420s, which are 3D images that you're able to like turn around and stuff like that. They're really cool. Imagine Eden, it just shows a flat picture, but if you go to Genie Data, you can actually flip it around and stuff like that. And it was just a gift back to the community, and it's just kind of our way giving back to community. So right now we have partners and things like that, and with that comes some liquidity that we're able to help out people around the space. So we're going to try to get airdrops and things like that from our, just like we're doing with Abdul and the Traverse token. It's just our way of giving back to our community. So the pass holders are people that hold the passes, and we airdrop them. It's an easy way of doing it because we know their wallet address, right? The pass is in the wallet. It's an easy way to just dropping them free stuff, and we're going to continuously do that forever. So holding those passes basically gets you a part of the Ordinal Revolution, and anything that we have access to, able to give. The first question we ask most of our people, our partners, is what can you do for our community? And there's a lot of stuff coming for sure.
Yep, 100%. And there's this, I have to send this, I'm going to do a snapshot today for the other one, but yeah, I mean, ask any OG pass holders, if they bought it secondary, most have made that back and then some, I would say, for the most part. But like multiple token airdrops, multiple Ordinal airdrops and stuff. And so, we do our best. So, no promises, but we that's something that's a part of our grind, is to include the OG pass holders into.
Yeah, and we made no money off the passes. It cost us a few $1,000s to mint them and send them to everyone. So it's not something that, you know, it's just not to give it back to the community. That's all it was.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got in here.
Yeah, man.
Looks like DJ says, is there a possibility that the TAP protocol will be accepted by Unisat or Magic Eden OKX wallet?
Potentially.
Yeah. So there's something that, like, we're in a group chat with another builder from the TAP ecosystem, and I'm pretty sure there's like initiatives for this, but I'm curious as to what your thoughts are, Abdul, for this question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. And in fact, like I am, to be honest with you, I am surprised that at least Unisat and OKX still don't support TAP assets. It definitely is a surprise to me personally, because I think they will definitely be supporting it over time as TAP grows, as you know, some of the key updates and key milestones that the TAP team is going to hit, including the CEX update, launching of the TAP marketplace itself by the end of the month, as they publicly announced, you know, with their ICP partnerships. It really looks like they're making waves, and it's just a matter of time for Unisat and OKX specifically to start supporting TAP assets.
Yeah.
Only
Imagine this, guys. When did MetaMask launch? 2020? I believe around there.
No, like 2018,
it was
2019.
earlier, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 2018, 2019, right? Ethereum's building out its ecosystem, or its chain. You know, there's dApps and stuff that are launching on there, and then layer 2 start to launch, right? What was it? Dang it, my mind's going blank. Right, Polygon started off as a side chain, right, and then eventually became a layer 2, right? But at first, MetaMask didn't have all these other networks added, right? They slowly started adding them over time. It took a while. So I feel like that's kind of like where we are. Obviously, it's different. We're in the Meta Protocol world. They were in the sidechain layer 2 only world. Yeah. But that's what I kind of see with the popular wallets starting to happen, right? Like, you can see right now, if you go on Xverse, you see different fungible token standards there. And I think TAP is like inevitably going to be added to these popular wallets, is my opinion. You got Binance coming out writing articles now about TAP today. I think they were listed #1 as like top 10 projects to look out for, or chains, or sorry, environments or whatever. So
they were, yeah. It was a really good article, and it just shows you that, you know, TAP is just, it really is just starting. It really is. I mean, the coin list, you know, CX, the marketplace support, the promises update, releasing the test net, which was done earlier this week, or last week. I mean, there's a lot coming to TAP, and the amount of updates that they've been rolling out, it really is a matter of time before these key infrastructure players that have been in Ordinal since the beginning will start to support TAP.
Yeah. Yep. He follows up with, currently it is only Ordinal's wallet, so the liquidity has dropped dramatically. It is not a good situation. And why do you like DMT and TAP protocol? I guess you could answer that one.
Real quick, it's not just Ordinal's wallet. It's also satsx.io, which is my favorite place to buy and sell. Satsx, they have an amazing UI. Absolutely. So definitely check them out if you're looking to buy this stuff. And sometimes you can get some stuff a lot cheaper than you can Ordinal's wallet as well.
I think he's talking about Ordinal's wallet. Like, you know, the online wallet is the only one that shows the TAP tokens.
I think he's talking, actually, you know, because we do see the liquidity, and some of the liquidity there on Ordinal's wallet specifically has been, a bit dropping as well. So that could be what he is alluding to, which is he or she alluding to the marketplace liquidity. So, you know what, in terms of like DMT and TAP, I mean, the amount of upgrades, the amount of functionalities that they enable is just incredible. DMT itself as a concept is using blockchain data to essentially create, and some of the creators have been releasing art. So you can think of Natcats, you can think of things like Natamons, you can think of the actual Nat token. So using blockchain data itself to actually create value with it is incredible. As a concept, it really is. It's decentralized, and everything being dictated by the blockchain is, I think, appealing. And when it comes to Tap protocol itself, there's a lot of updates coming to Tap. So you can think of the Promises update, which will enable the DeFi and OrdFi functionalities on Bitcoin layer 1. You can also think of Tap as being the cheapest way to make airdrops. I mean, we have migrated ourselves, our token from BRC20 to Tap, and we have had 930 holders. I believe for the entire airdrop for all of our holders, it was somewhere around like $400 or $300, which is honestly incredibly low in comparison to many other protocols that you could be airdropping your tokens to. So the amount of functionality that Tap enables is just incredible, and definitely encourage you to read more on Tap as well.
That's great.
Yep.
All right, man. I think that's enough time.
Yeah,
here, right?
that is a lot. That is a lot. But I want to say one last thing, because Ichikoshi did put a good point out here. He says it's not just Opcat. There are several op codes. If all are added, you'll see smart contracts on Bitcoin. Yes, I think the two main ones that people are talking about are Opcat and OpCTV. And if Opcat gets added, then OpCTV shouldn't take that much effort to really follow up with that, and then they can work together. So good point, Ichitoshi. Always bring in some valuable information. But yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. An hour and 50 minutes you guys hung out with us. You put up with all of us. I mean, putting up with Abdul is obviously easy, but like putting up with Shizzy and I, man, that's tough. An hour and 50 minutes and 316 people rocking it with us on a Wednesday. So we thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Looking forward to next Wednesday and having you on again. Thank you so much for spending time with us, like always.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, Shizzy and Yagobi, for having me, and thank you to the audience for listening as well.
100%.
Thanks, man.
We'll see you soon, guys. Take care.
All right, sounds good.
I might cut him in a second, but that's the show, guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for tuning in with us. Like we said, check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles over there. And also, like I said in the beginning of the show, I'm going to say it again. Starting Friday, the prices for the Bitcoin Nashville tickets go up. They go up drastically a lot, and they go up as we go. So if you're looking to get them Friday. Use our 21% off coupon. It is on ordinalrevolution.com. And if you're going there as well, we do have some of the sickest gear, I think. But if you're not wearing our gear, wear someone else's. But if you're interested in purchasing our stuff, just go to the store on the website. You can't miss it, right at the top there. And check out our partners. You guys we just talked about Traverse Labs, but check out Verothium Dex, check out Fluid Tokens, and check out Ordinal Hive as well. We appreciate you guys so much, and thank you. And we're live Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific. So check us out all week. And then we do have a weekend update on every Sunday, early Sunday morning when you wake up. You can watch that as well. But I think I got everything, didn't I?
Yes, you did. That's pretty much everything.
All right, guys.
We OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Rune stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Merlin, I got balls of steel. Nukies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.